Have a look at this. Hello, it's only me. These plastic jars and bottles are really useful for keeping things in. That's why I've been collecting some to keep my bits and pieces in. And yes, you've guessed it, they've given me a great idea. Impress your friends and fit an ocean into a jar with its very own ship sailing on the high seas. Let's make it! We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. A plastic jar with a lid that's big enough for you to get your hand in and out of easily. A straw. Some white rice. Some blue food colouring. Some modelling clay. And some kitchen roll and a glue stick. Whoa! Now this is quite a lot of stuff, but it's worth it because the ship in a jar is a great make. Now first we need to make some sea, and for that we take some white rice and add a few drops of blue food colouring. Here we go, and then give it a stir. There! Now, whilst that dries, we can make our ship. And for this, we take our modelling clay and squeeze it into the shape of a ship. Let's get ship shape! There. Now get a square of kitchen roll and cut off 2 corners, one big and one small. These are going to be the sails, like this. But remember to be careful because scissors are sharp. This leaves you with one big triangle and one small triangle. Now fold them in half. Like that. And like that. There. Now remember your straw? We need to very carefully cut 2 bits off it about the same size. Like that. And like that. Now we need to stick our cut-out kitchen roll sails to our straw. All done. Next, push the finished sails into the ship. There, and now we need to slide our ship into our jar. Very carefully, in it goes. And press it down. Nice and hard, like that. There, we're nearly done. But there's one thing missing. Remember this? The blue rice. We need to carefully pour this inside because this is going to be our sea. So let's screw our lid back on. There, fantastic. So try making your very own ship in a jar. Complete with a lovely, realistic blue sea. Not that realistic. This is a great fish tank picture. It's easy to do, but looks so good that you'll want to frame it. To make it, you'll need a big piece of sticky back plastic, some coloured paper, tissue paper, and a felt tip pen. Take the sticky back plastic and put it down shiny side up.
Fold it over, making the top side shorter than the bit underneath, like this. Now, peel off the backing from the top side to leave it nice and sticky. You may need to get an adult to do this, as it's a bit tricky. Then, make some fish to go in your fish tank. Draw some fish onto orange paper, or any coloured paper you like. Now take some scissors and carefully cut them out. Be careful because scissors are sharp. Stick these slippery rascals onto the sticky plastic. And how about some seaweed? Tear some green tissue paper into strips like this. You don't have to be neat. And scrunch it up. Then place it near the crease of the sticky back plastic. What's missing? How about adding some rocks and sand? Rip yellow paper to make the sand. And brown paper to make some rocks. And stick it all into place. Peel off the rest of the backing and gently flip it over and lay it on top of your fish. This can be a bit tricky, so you might need to get an adult to help you. You'll see that there's a sticky strip along the top. You can use this to stick your fish tank anywhere, on a window, on a door, or even on a piece of coloured card. It's your very own sticky-backed plastic fish tank. Why don't you have a go?
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it.
What a wonderful watery picture.
It's a lovely day for a spot of spring cleaning. Lovely. I can see the sea. Aha! This gives me an idea. A super squashy foam boat that can float. Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Some different coloured sponges. A lobster? No, we don't need this. Ow! Don't get snappy. Some scissors. And some white sticky PVA glue. Whoa! Now, to make a foam boat, like this one here, first get a large rectangle-shaped sponge, like this. This is going to be the main part of our boat. Now, take some scissors, but be careful because scissors are sharp. We need to cut 2 triangle shapes, here and here. Now, this is a bit fiddly, so it's probably best to ask an adult to help you. You should be left with a boat shape like this. There. Next, we need 3 other sponges, and these are great because they're all different colours. Let's put the green one on top. There. Now, with another sponge, carefully cut a small rectangle shape. Let's pop this on top of that green sponge there. And then with our last sponge, we can cut out some details.
Cut some little circle shapes out for portholes and a bigger shape for a funnel.
Again, if you find this hard, ask an adult to help you. Now you're ready to stick it all together. Look, I've stuck my 3 big sponges together and put 4 windows on this side and 4 windows on the other side, and even a funnel on top. Wow, a super squashy foam boat. I wonder if it'll float. Oh, let's see. It does! Let's jump aboard! Ooh, great! A life on the ocean wave. Oh, I am feeling a bit seasick though. Oh, I think we should get back to dry land. Oh, that's better. Now let's see what else you can make with a sponge. Fantastic, look! A sponge tractor. And what a nipper, a sponge crab! Wow! So you see, you can turn a sponge into anything you want. It's Minute Make time! Here's what we're making today. It's a cake case jellyfish. Look at him there in all his glory with his long flowing tentacles. Now, to make a cake case jellyfish, you will need a rectangle-shaped piece of paper, some glue, a cake case, now that's normally used for making cakes, some scissors, a pen, some different coloured strips of tissue paper, some sticky tape, and some white stickers. Now, don't worry if you haven't got any white stickers. You can always draw circles on white paper instead and cut them out. Now, do you think we can make a cake case jellyfish in just a minute?
No way! You must be joking!
I'm not joking, Tocky. Making is a serious business, but I'm going to have to be very quick. Don't worry, I'll remind you how to do it at the end.
Start the clock!
Let's go! Let's get our rectangle of paper, fold it in half, and then with our scissors, very carefully, cut out a tongue shape. There we go, round and round. Now remember to be careful because scissors are sharp. When you open it up, it looks like that. Great. Let's get some glue and stick it there. That's where our cake case is going to go. On it goes. And now fold the cake case in half, like that. Pinch the folded ends and fold it back, like that, to make a mouth. Hello. Hello. Great. Let's get some stickers and stick them on. They're going to be the eyes. There's one. Okay, there's another eye. There. Right, let's turn him over and put on his tentacles. There we go. And put on some dots for eyes. And then you've got a jellyfish!
Time!
That was close, but it was worth it. Look, you can use your jellyfish as a puppet. Hello, Mr. Jellyfish.
Hello, Mr. Maker.
Fantastic. And you can try other coloured tissue paper too. A cake case jellyfish, made in a minute. Why don't you try it? Oh, good idea. Here's a reminder of how to do it.
Let's go back to the beginning and take another look. Fold a piece of card in half. Cut out an oval body shape. Stick the cake case in the middle of the body. Then fold it in half and pinch the folded end tight and push the open end back to make a mouth. Stick on white stickers and add black dots for eyes. Then stick strips of coloured tissue paper along the back of your cake case jellyfish for tentacles.
Try making it in a minute.
Here's an idea that's great fun to do, and it's so good you'll be able to frame it. You'll need some white sticky PVA glue, some sticky backed plastic, some coloured tissue paper, and a black felt tip pen. Add a bit of water to your PVA glue to make it nice and runny. Then draw a picture onto a piece of paper with a black felt tip pen. Now cover your drawing with sticky backed plastic. It's a good idea to start by sticking 2 corners first and then peel the backing off. If you find this hard, get an adult to help you. Now for the fun part. Cover the picture with glue. Then get some ripped up pieces of coloured tissue paper and place them down onto your picture anywhere you like. To make it really strong, you can cover it with another layer of glue. Leave it for at least a day and a night until it's dry. This looks good already, but you can finish it off by redrawing the black outline with your pen. And now, very carefully, peel off the picture from the sticky-bagged plastic. Why not stick this on a window so that the light shines through it? Doesn't it look fantastic?
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it.
Lovely.
No, nothing. Oh. You have a listen, see if you can hear the sea. Did you hear anything? You did? Oh. Let's try another one. Right. No, nothing. Have another listen. Did you hear the sea? You did? Really? Oh, okay. One more. Let's try one more. Okay. Whoa! There we go. Right, let's have a listen to this one. Nothing again. All right, just check one last time. Right, that time, did you hear anything? You did? What? Oh, this gives me an idea, actually. Let's try something.
A brilliant picture made out of shells that looks amazing.
Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. 2 big shells. Some cardboard. Some pebbles. A piece of string. Some glue. The thick white type works well. And some paint. Right, to make your shell picture like this one here, first paint your cardboard. Now you can use any colour you like, but I'm going to choose blue. Make sure you paint the whole thing.
And when it's dry,
Place 2 big shells on the cardboard like this, with a gap down the middle, there. Now these are going to be the wings. Then put a line of pebbles down the middle, and these are going to be the body and the eyes. And last but not least, get a piece of string, and this will be the antennae. It's a butterfly. Now stick all of your bits down with glue, and you can add a few extra pebbles as well. And now paint it all over. Use really bright colours to make it stand out. But you don't have to make a butterfly. You can make anything you want. How about a peacock? Made out of buttons and beads. Shells make great pictures, and you can use any shells you like. Oh, I can hear something. It sounds like a massive wave. Now, take a look at this.
this layered boat picture really stands out. It's fun to do and looks so good you'll be able to frame it. You will need coloured card and cardboard squares, a pen, some scissors and a glue stick. Start by drawing the bottom of your boat. It looks good if you use different colours for the different parts of the boat. Draw circles,
rectangles and squares to make each of the parts. Then carefully cut them out. Stick them together to make your boat, like this. Now let's make the waves. Draw the first wave on light blue card. Then draw the second, slightly bigger wave on medium blue card, like this. And lastly, draw a third, even bigger wave on dark blue card. Carefully cut out all of your wave shapes. Use cardboard squares to make the different layers in your picture stand out. The more you want your picture to stand out, the more cardboard squares you should use. Stick them to the back of your boat and do the same along each of the waves. Now use another piece of card for your background and stick on your dark blue waves by lining up the corners. Then stick the medium blue waves on top in the same way. And finally do the same with the light blue waves. Last of all, tuck your boat under the dark blue waves and stick it into place, just like this. Look! The layers really help your picture stand out.
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
Isn't that great?
Up periscope! Oh yes, shipmates. I can see land. I can see... Wait a minute, who's that? Oh, it's you! I was just playing behind the sofa. I'm pretending that this is my submarine, and I'm the submarine captain. Yeah, look, I've even got my own periscope. This helps me find things. I'm looking for my lost pencils at the moment. Yeah, maybe you can help me and my submarine find them. OK, let's do it. Right, I'm coming back aboard. Dive, dive, dive! Where are they? Well, they're not on the table. No, that's empty. Oh, no, they're not on there. Hang on a minute. Zoom in, please. Hooray! We've found the pencils. Thanks for your help, everyone. That was great fun. And it's given me a great idea.
A super submarine that's also a pencil case.
Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. A plastic fabric conditioner bottle with a nice wide neck and a lid. A washing ball with a flat bottom. Plastic containers and pots. Some paint, some tissue paper and a black pen. And some masking tape and some gloopy PVA glue. Whoa! Now, to make your very own fantastic submarine pencil case, like this one here, you first have to get an adult to help you thoroughly clean and dry out a fabric conditioner bottle and all of the other plastic containers. Now, make sure you've got a plastic pot with a lid, like this one here, and also a small plastic bottle with a flip-up lid like that. Let's start putting all of our bits together. Let's put the fabric conditioner bottle here. That's going to be the main body of our submarine. And let's put the pot on this end here at the back. There we go. Now let's take the washing ball and put it on the end of that pot. And how about the plastic bottle with the flip-up lid? That can go up here because that's where our periscope's going to be. And so our pencil case can stand up. Let's put the lid on the bottom there. Great! Everything looks in position now, so we can stick it all together with some masking tape. Now, you can put on as much tape as you like to do this, but make sure that you don't put any tape over this open end of the washing ball, because that's where all our pencil sharpeners and rubbers are going to go. Now we can cover it in a layer of gloopy glue and tissue paper. Now you could use strips of yellow tissue paper like this, or any colour you like really. Now the more layers of tissue paper you put on, the better it will look. Add as many layers as you want and then leave it to dry. And when it's dry, you can paint on some details. How about some porthole windows and some stripes on the side? Now cover your plastic lids with a special mixture that's half paint and half gloopy glue. Let's give it a mix. Finally, when your submarine is all nice and dry, you can add some extra details with a black pen. Doesn't it look great? Now all we need to do is pop some pencils into our new submarine pencil case. And I know just where those pencils are. Won't be a tick. I've got them. Now, we can put anything we like in our new pencil case. We could put big things like these pencils in this end. And we could put smaller things like these rubbers in this end. Fantastic! Now I'll never lose them again! Pencils! Where have they gone this time?
This fantastic starfish picture is made out of kitchen roll. It's really simple to make, but looks so good you'll be able to frame it. You'll need kitchen roll, some watered down poster paint, glue, felt tip pens, and some paintbrushes. First, you'll need to water down your paint. It's a good idea to put some old paper or newspaper down, as this can get a bit messy. Now, draw a simple picture of a starfish onto the kitchen roll with a felt tip pen. Then, dip a paintbrush into watered down paint and start to paint over your picture. The more watery paint you put on, the more the lines in your picture will spread. Do as much or as little as you want. When you're happy with your picture, leave it to dry. And why not make some seaweed? Draw your seaweed onto another piece of kitchen roll and brush more watery paint over it and leave that to dry. Then bring back your dry starfish and draw around the outline of it with a felt tip pen. And maybe draw a face. These pictures look great like this, but if you want, you can cut them out. And then stick your cutout shapes onto another piece of paper. What a fantastic effect! Why don't you have some fun with kitchen roll? And how about making a seahorse?
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it.
That was amazing! Now have a look at this.
Yeah. I'm going fishing today. I've got my fishing rod. Whoa. I've got my fishing box. Look at that. And I've also got my lovely wriggly wiggly worms that fish think are really tasty. And what's more, the weatherman says it's going to be the most beautiful day. Oh no! I'm not going anywhere. What am I going to do with my worms now? Fish think worms are really tasty, but who else does? Blech, not me. Oh, that's right. Birds think that worms are really tasty. And that gives me an idea. Let's make something. An amazing magnetic worm catching game that you can play on your own or with your friends. Let's make it! We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Coloured paper and card. Some pipe cleaners. Some string or wool. We need some feathers. Where are the feathers? Oh, here they are. Thank you. And some sticky stuff. Now, to make a magnetic worm catching game, like this one here, we'll also need some googly eyes and a small magnet. Now, if you haven't got these at home, don't worry, you can get them from an arty and crafty shop. I'll be back in a tick. Got them. Right, I'm going to leave my magnet and my googly eyes over there for now because it's time to make our bird. Now for this, we need to draw 2 circles, one big and one small. Now here's a tip. Get a roll of sticky tape and for the big circle, draw around the outside, like this. And now for the small circle, move the sticky roll down just a little bit, like that, and then draw in the inside of the roll. Now we need to take our scissors and very carefully, because scissors are sharp, whoa, cut it out. Now we need our googly eyes. Here they are. But if you haven't got googly eyes, don't worry, you can always make some like this. There, they look just as good, but I think I'll use these ones for now. Let's stick them on. There we go. Next we need to give our bird his beak. And for this we'll need a triangle of orange paper, or we could use a triangle of white paper coloured in orange. Let's stick it on. There we go. Hello, Mr. Bird. Ooh! Now let's stick the feathers on. Now we need to get our magnet. The magnet sticks to the metal in the pipe cleaner. It's magic! Let's stick the magnet onto our bird on the back of his beak. There we go. Stick that down there. And now we need to get some wool and stick that to the back of our bird, just there. Also with some sticky tape. And now, very carefully, we need to get our scissors and cut some pipe cleaners into worms. Now you're ready to play the magnetic worm catching game, either on your own or with a friend. Whoa, whoa. Now let's see who can pick up the most worms in the quickest time. Right. After you. No, after you. Oh, I tell you what, let's just go on 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, I've got 1. I've got 2 at a time. That's 2. No! Oh, another 1. I've got 3. Me too. I've got 2. Oh, quick! Come on! Oh, that was a great game. Yes, it was a great game. Thanks for your help. No problem. Now, take a look at this.
This fantastic underwater picture is made using cardboard and paint, and it looks so good you'll be able to frame it. You will need coloured paint, cardboard strips, coloured paper, glue, a white sticker, a black pen and some scissors. Start by squirting 2 yellow blobs of paint at the bottom of the paper like this. Then dip the cardboard in the paint and drag it along the paper, making wavy patterns. This is going to make the sand. Now do the same again with another piece of cardboard and blue and white paint. This is going to be the sea. Let the white and blue colours mix together. This is all part of the effect. How about some seaweed? Squirt 4 blobs of green paint on top of the yellow sand like this. Now dip the cardboard in the green paint and drag it upwards in a wavy, weedy pattern. Squirt a blob of light green paint in the middle, but this time use the edge of the cardboard to make spiky seaweed. Now, whilst your picture is drying, draw a fish shape on coloured paper. Add some details with a black pen and a white sticker for an eye. Then carefully cut out your fish and glue it in position. An underwater sea picture, and you don't even need a paintbrush.
What a great way of making a really clever picture. Now all that's left to do is frame it. Look at this. I've been sorting out all of my sea creatures. I've got everything here. I've got a whale, a very nice starfish, and a lobster. Ow! You little nipper, you. Well, I can't seem to find my favourite octopus, Ollie, anywhere. Now, where could he be? Eh? Ooh, maybe he's over in the doodle drawers. Oh, I hope not. How am I going to find him in here? Ollie? Ollie, is that you? Well, I don't care if you and your friends are having fun in there. You can't stay in the doodle drawers. You need to go somewhere else. Somewhere fun. Somewhere colourful. Somewhere watery. Oh, this gives me a good idea, though.
Why not make a mini fish tank from a box as a home for your very own sea creatures?
Let's make it! We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. A clear plastic box. Brightly coloured scouring pads and sponges. Some scissors and some gloopy PVA glue. And some felt tip pens. Whoa! Now we also need some googly eyes, and you can get those in an art and craft shop. I'll be back in a tick. I've got them. Right, here we go. Here are our googly eyes. There. Now, to make your very own sea in a box, like this one here, you'll first need to find a clear plastic box with a lid like this. Now, all sorts of things come in these plastic boxes, so have a good look round your local supermarket and I'm sure you'll find one. Now, this one looks really good, so let's get started. Let's take off the lid and bring in a brightly coloured scouring pad, because this is going to be the water. And let's put our lid on top and then draw around the lid with a felt tip pen. There! Now we need to cut this shape out, but be careful because scissors are sharp. Place this into your plastic box like this to make a watery background. Now we need to make some sand and some seaweed. Now you can make this out of whatever you like, but I'm going to use these scouring sponges. We're going to very carefully snip out this middle bit, okay? Let's get the scissors. Snip. If we unravel it, we'll make our sandy seabed. Now we can lay it into our box. There, brilliant. Now let's make some seaweed. So for that we need one of these green scouring sponges. Very carefully get our scissors and make a snip. Let's cut this end off first. There we go. Now if we pull this apart, it looks like seaweed. Very nice. Now how about a beautiful flower like this red one here? Let's get a red scouring sponge and again pull it apart. And if we unravel it slightly, it's a beautiful flower. Let's put it in. I think down the bottom here would be good. There. Now it's starting to take shape, but something's missing. Oh, I know, a sea creature. Let's make an octopus. Now for that, we'll need a thin coloured sponge, like this green one here. That'll look good. And let's get a felt tip in the same colour, a green one. Okay, let's draw a nice big round head and some wiggly legs. And we can also add some extra details with our pen as well. Now we can give our octopus a tongue by bringing in a tongue-coloured sponge, like this pink one here, and using a pink felt tip pen to draw it. Then carefully cut these out. Now let's glue them together and add some googly eyes with some gloopy glue. Brilliant! There's our octopus. Let's put him in his nice new home. Fantastic. Now let's put the lid on. And there we go. Fantastic. But you don't just have to give a home to an octopus, it could be a starfish. This is made using a yellow sponge cut into a star shape. Or maybe some exotic fish. This is made using lots of different colours and types of sponge. Let's take a closer look. Why don't you have a go at making your own sea in a box? Oh, hello, Seed. Whoa! It's great in here, and the best thing about it is you don't get wet at all. Now, take a look at this.
This seaside picture is made from old things that you can find in your kitchen. It's fun to do and looks so good, you'll be able to frame it. You'll need some thick card, glue, scissors, kitchen roll, kitchen scourers, a dishcloth, blue rubber gloves, and a duster. First, glue a dishcloth to the top half of a piece of card like this. Then glue a duster to the bottom half. Carefully cut off the extra material around the edges and glue on the rubber gloves to make the sea. Tear small pieces of kitchen roll. These are going to be the waves. Glue them onto your rubber gloves to make your sea look frothy. Now carefully cut shapes from scouring pads to make a sun, a boat, and a bucket and spade. Then stick everything down with gloopy glue. It's a wonderful seaside scene.
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
Isn't that a great idea?
Now, take a look at this.
This underwater picture is very effective, and you don't even need a paintbrush to make it. What's more, it looks so good, you'll be able to frame it. You will need white paper, card, strips of blue and green tissue paper, some water, sponges, black paint, scissors, a pen, a pencil, and some modelling clay. Start by wetting the white paper with a sponge. Then lay blue and green tissue paper strips across the paper all the way to the bottom, like this. Now wet the tissue paper with a sponge and then put it to one side. Take a piece of card and use a pen to draw the outline of an underwater creature. This is going to be a shark with a pointy nose, 2 fins and a tail. Then pierce a hole in the card using a pencil and some modelling clay. Use the hole to help you carefully cut the shark shape out. When the tissue paper has dried, peel it off and you will see that the colour from the tissue paper has transferred to the paper underneath. Then lay the shark shape on top and dab black paint through the hole onto the paper behind. Leave it to dry and then remove the shark shape to reveal a shark swimming underwater.
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
Isn't that great?
I'm just finishing off this picture of a dog. Here we go. There, all done. What do you think? It's not bad, is it? But it needs some extra magic. I just love it when art comes alive and leaps out off the page. Oh no, my dog's leapt right off the page. I think he might have been barking mad. But I tell you what, he's given me a great idea. Let's try something.
Try making a paper plate picture using clever folding to make your drawings really stand out.
Let's make it. We'll need some things from the doodle drawers. Come on. Some coloured card and a pen. A paper plate. A white sticker and a glue stick. And a pair of scissors. Whoa! Now, to make a plate picture like this one here with a super sea monster, you need to get yourself a coloured paper plate. Now, you can choose whatever colour you like, but I think this red one will look rather nice. Now, get a blue piece of paper or card and draw a round puddle shape like this. Now, this is going to be the sea. Now, cut this shape out very carefully, but be careful because scissors are sharp. Ooh, ooh. Now, stick your sea to your plate with glue like this. Now, to make the hedge at the back here, take a piece of green paper or card and draw a wobbly cloud-like shape like this. Now, very carefully, cut this shape out. Now we're going to turn this shape over and fold up the bottom edge like this. This makes a flap, and if we glue along this flap, we can stick our hedge to the plate. Now for the sea monster. For this we need some monster coloured card, and you can choose whatever colour you like, but I think we should use yellow right now. Let's start drawing all our monster body parts. Now remember to start your drawing at the bottom edge of your paper or card because we're going to be doing some more folding later. Right, let's draw a nice big head shape. Now for the body, let's draw a half circle shape with another smaller half circle inside it, and of course a tail shape. There, and when you're happy with all your monster body parts, carefully cut them out. And when you've cut out all your monster parts, why not give it some extra detail with a pen? You could do stripes, spots, or whatever you like, really. And don't forget to give your monster an eye with a white sticker and a black dot. And why not add a smile? There we go. And when you're happy with all your monster parts, turn them over. And once again, fold up the bottom edge to make flaps. And when you've folded all your pieces and made all of your flaps, glue your monster into place. And when it's finished, it looks like this. Isn't it fantastic? And you could try some other standout pictures too. How about a car? It's made by cutting out a house, a bush and a car. Or maybe a ship at sea. It's made by drawing a boat, some waves and a sun behind them. Paper plate pictures, a real monster of an idea.
Why, thank you.
My pleasure. Now take a look at this.
This fantastic seaside picture looks great, doesn't it? And it's made without using any brushes, just sponges and paint. It's very easy to do and looks so good, you'll be able to frame it. You will need some coloured paint, a pen and some sponge strips that have been carefully cut out of kitchen sponge, like this. To make your seaside picture, start off by dipping one of the sponge strips into blue paint. Then drag it along the bottom of the paper, like this, so that the paint spreads with the sponge. It's easy. Just dip and drag, and if you run out of paint, just dip it and drag again. This is going to be the sea. Now let's do the same again with another piece of sponge and some green paint. It's a good idea to use a clean bit of sponge every time you use a different colour. This is going to be the harbour wall next to the sea. Now let's do the seaside cliffs with some brown paint. Next, use some nice bright colours for the seaside houses. You can drag your paint downwards to make a house shape like this. And don't forget to add a roof with some brown paint. You can make as many different coloured houses as you want. It's starting to look really effective, isn't it? We can add some more blue paint above the houses for the sky. And now, with another piece of sponge, let's add some boats. Just dip your sponge in the paint and drag it round in a curve shape like this. Add brown paint for the boat's mast with the edge of the sponge. You can do as many boats as you want. Now all that's left to do is add some details with a black felt tip pen. Draw doors and windows on your houses. Add some finishing touches to the boats. And add some details to your harbour wall so it really stands out. A sponge seaside picture. And you don't even need a paintbrush to make it.
What a brilliant picture! Why don't you have a go? And then frame it!
I like making pictures out of all sorts of things.